Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another session by Digital Titans, and this is the episode number 23. So I welcome you all for another exciting session. Now, what's new about this session? There is something which is going to be new, which is rather than just giving you text updates and just telling you what has changed. From this session, I'm trying something new, which is I would also be including a video of things that I have found out. For whatever is available, rather than just giving you oral updates and then leaving you to find out. On that note, let's get started with the first series of updates that I have. Welcome to the episode number 23, guys. Things first. The first change that I have, or the first set of updates that I have, are from Bing, and surprisingly, Bing has some of the coolest updates today. Now, Bing Search, the app on your mobile phones, has come up with an option where you could do an image search of yourself and see which celebrity do you resemble, which is kind of funny and wacky, but no specific reason why Bing has done that. But I think this would be a very tempting feature for a lot of people to come out and try Bing search for. Next update that I have is going to be from Bing itself, and the update that I have is it is surprising how none of us have thought about this before, that why did Microsoft not leverage on the LinkedIn network that they have control over. Now, Microsoft has purchased LinkedIn long time ago, and they never seem to capitalize on the network of LinkedIn to showcase and get as much as they can out of LinkedIn by leveraging their ad platform that Bing has. Now, that is one of the features that's coming to Bing. Now, Bing is trying to leverage the LinkedIn network and start showing ads, Bing ads on these platforms. Now, that's a very interesting move if you ask me. Now, let me quickly show you how it looks like, and you'll be able to see it on your screens now. Alright, so let me show you right away what it seems like. Now, if you look at what you see on your screens now, which you should be able to see, now there is a lot of options that you will see on the screen, and campaigns. Obviously, this is a Bing screenshot that I have captured for you. Now, you will see the campaign, and you will see under targeting, you will see. Alright, now if you look on your computer screens, now the screenshot that I have is from the Bing Ad Center, which is the Bing ad platform. And in that platform, you will see under LinkedIn targeting, you will see three options that LinkedIn has used. Now, you can use or target audiences on LinkedIn using these three functions, which is job, which is the industry, and which is the company. Now, using these three parameters which are applicable to LinkedIn, you can start leveraging on the LinkedIn network in combination with your Bing. Now, that's about it from Bing. The second set of updates that I have are from the competitor, let's say Google, and Google has come up with a lot of interesting things this week, or today in fact. We have discussed about AMPs in one of my previous episodes. AMPs are nothing but accelerated mobile pages. Now, since Google is after this mobile first approach, and if you talk about AMPs are going to come with a variety of features now. Some of those features will include things like video docking, which means you can dock a particular video on your pages, which means when users scroll through these pages, now when they scroll through it, the video would be docked at the bottom of your screen. That's one option that your AMPs can now include. The second option that I have are sticky ads, which means you can try and show ads on your websites, on your AMPs in specific, and these are sticky, which means they don't when people scroll, they don't go away, or they just stick to a particular place. And we already have the next feature which I'm going to talk about, which is unlimited scrolling in your blogs. I mean, we have already seen that. Right now, we don't have to we are over the situation where you keep on you just need to keep on moving to the next pages. That is done. We don't do it anymore. Now, the unlimited scrolling feature is coming to AMPs, the Google accelerated mobile pages. Now, that's something which is interesting. These are kind of interesting. Now, if you look at my next set of updates, these are really interesting. Now, the next update is Google has made certain changes to its trademark policy, which is insane, because trademark was always sensitive, and trademark had a lot of issues in the past. But there are also certain leverages, which means that, let's say I'm a normal advertiser, and if I'm not an aggregator, if I'm not a dealer, if I'm not associated with in any way with a brand called, let's say, Coke. Now earlier there's something called as approve no insert, which means Google will approve your keyword when you submit the ad, but they will not let this keyword trigger the ad. Now there were some restrictions like that for keywords, because the trademark owner has filed has registered with Google, and they're bound to respect the trademark owner's conditions because he's the trademark owner. Now what is pushing advertisers into a zone of darkness is, now that option is going to be gone soon, which means unless you're a direct competitor, you can use these trademarks, and Google is saying that we would not be able to uh, uh, not show ads on these trademark keywords unless you're a direct competitor or an aggregator. Apart from that, everybody else is free to use these trademark keywords now, and that is pushing them into a zone of darkness and anxiety because it is kind of scary. Google My Business or Google Local is bringing you the option to schedule or book appointments from their interface. So I just have a quick screenshot for you here. Just go ahead and go through that. Now if you look at this, it lets you book or schedule appointments or options for businesses. Now I've just taken a screenshot from one of the correspondents at Google who keeps updating these things about Google My Business and Google Local. Now this screenshot shows that, if you're talking about a barber service in NYC, which is New York City, and there is a listing that shows up, and that listing is giving you an option to schedule. Now how cool is that? Now you don't have to go click on their website, go to their website, book an appointment, or you don't have to go click on the option call, and then you don't really have to manually call. You can do these options where you can book an appointment or schedule it depending upon what you're looking at. Now the next set of update that I have is kind of going to be much needed update in this age of where privacy and security has become the biggest of concerns, if you ask me. Now Google does not want to get into that rigmarole again, and they have made certain measures to ensure that doesn't happen and they don't get into that path ever. So this is what I strongly encourage you to do. Now just go to google.com and just look at what you see right now. Because what I'm going to see now, excuse me, I would not be able to look at you for a few minutes now, but just go to google.com. Now pay attention to what you see on the other side of the screen. Now if you just go to google.com, you will see an option which says control your data in Google search, which means you have the functionality to control what data you give out to Google. And how do you do that exactly? This is exactly how you do. So click on this option, which is control your data. Now it gives you a whole set of options which says browse or delete your search activity and discover how your data makes Google search and other services work better for you, which means you really have the control to do that now, which is your search activity. My recent search activity, there's no search activity. Now if you want to look at your Google activity, you can click on that and see what activity has been performed. And if you want to delete your history or delete your search activity, you are free to do that. Now there will not be any restrictions on that. Now you can delete whatever you have searched either in the last 1 hour, or I can go ahead and delete all the search activity that I've done so far. This is about as far as Google search is concerned and your search activity is concerned. Now what we are going to talk about next is Google-wide controls. Now if you're talking about Google-wide controls, about what kind of other things do you want to restrict Google to look through or to keep in the Google's interface. Now web and app activity, it's off. This data is not being captured. If you want to Google to have this data and store this data, you can always turn it on. Voice and audio activity in at a stage where Google Voice and voice assistants are slowly predominantly taking over the way we search. Now this is very important. Now if you don't want that activity to be captured or Google looking at that data or storing the data for you, you just have to turn it off. Ad personalization, this is my personal favorite. Ad personalization is on in this case, which means that I have the flexibility or I have the control to tell Google what kind of ads I want to see and what kind of ads do I not want to see. So I strongly recommend you guys to go ahead and check this out, because in one of my episodes, I don't know the number of the episode, but in one of my episodes I've completely given you an overview of how you can go ahead and customize the kind of ads that Google shows up, which not only helps you to see more relevant ads, it also helps the advertisers to reach out to people who are interested in those services or who may be interested in those services than spamming these things onto you. Let's say you hate, what do I say? Let's say you hate Italian food, for example. I love it personally, but I'm just saying it as an example. Let's say you do not want to see ads for pasta or let's say pizza. You don't want to see these ads for these services or these products. Now, but you constantly get these ads thrown at you, and you can just go to the ad personalization option and you can say these are not relevant to me. I don't like these, so don't show me these ads. So going forward, Google Ad Personalization Server will make sure that the ads will not be shown to you pertaining to what you said was not relevant to you. So this personalization gives you control for sure. Plus it helps you and the advertiser, as I said. So I strongly recommend you guys go here and see what options do you have here and things like that. Let's see what Facebook has in store for you now. Facebook is working on a new AR headset for themselves, which is really going to be interesting compared to what they have tried doing with Portal, which is a video calling device. I think Facebook working on a new AR headset is really going to be a game changer, because we are living in an age of AR, VR, AI, whatever you call it, right? Now that's something interesting. Now the second update that I had about Facebook was Facebook is giving you an option to add a tab called Shops in your Facebook Marketplace, which is good. The third update that I have about Facebook is you can now start showing, your products on Marketplace in your profile. Now you can say products on sale, and you can show these products in your Marketplace. In your profile, and the data gets picked up from the Facebook Marketplace, which is kind of merging the gap between your Facebook profile and your Facebook Marketplace, because now it's interrelated now. Some of my personal observations that I have seen are, if you remember the shop the look option on Pinterest. Now that is being launched, and I've already started seeing it in some of the accounts. Now you will be able to see a shop the look option, which means, let's assume that I am in one of the videos and I'm wearing this t-shirt and I'm wearing this cap. Oh, by the way, this is my branding. How cool is that? Now in one of the pictures that I assume that I'm wearing this t-shirt and I'm wearing this cap, below that I can just say products shown, and then I can start showcasing this t-shirt and the cap with the price, so that people can go ahead and buy if they want to. Now that's something really cool. Not sure if it is borrowed from Shop the Look, but I found the feature to be very interesting. Now we are going to discuss about some of very exciting Facebook updates, some of them were launched like right now, about 15-20 minutes ago. At least they were out 15-20 minutes ago. So I'm really excited to get them to you. So let's start with them now, right? Now, Facebook Messenger 4.0 is out, which includes the dark mode and a lot of other features, which I'm not just going to only talk about, but also I will be showing you what those options are from whatever I could get my hands upon. So Facebook 4.0 is out. Facebook has integrated music, and it is going to be a completely mind-blowing, which means you can pin music to your profile. You can do a lip sync live broadcast on Facebook. So let me get started and start showing you those things. But just before that, there's one last update, which is what I wanted to share with you about Facebook, which is Facebook has started. If you remember GCLID, which is the Google Click Identifier. So when somebody clicks on your ad property, or when your website from Google, it starts tracking those results, and it assigns a GCLID for that, which is a Google Click Identifier. Now Facebook has started introducing FBCLID, which is a Facebook Click Identifier for all the outbound links from Facebook. So from Facebook, any link that goes out will be having a FBCLID. Not completely rolled out to all the people or all the publishers yet, but it will soon get there, and perhaps some additional tracking metrics as well. Without any delay, let's jump on to the exciting stuff I talked to you about, which is Facebook Messenger 4.0. Facebook introducing music in a completely different way. When you're doing a Facebook Live, you can add a poll. All of us knew that, right? So you can add certain poll options when you're doing a Facebook Live. Uh, Now you can also have a set of text questions asked. I'll show you the screenshot of how that looks like. So let's try it. Alright, in addition to what I spoke to you, I also have a few exciting updates from my personal account while I was trying to create ads for my clients. So I will just go ahead and show you what those options are. So first let me show you what we have spoken about, which is the Facebook Messenger 4.0. So let me quickly show you that. When you try and get an update of what is happening on Facebook Messenger, now this is what I came across, which means there are a lot of updates. First things first, the logo has changed. Second of all, do you see these options here? You just see 3 options here. Earlier there were about 9, which was very difficult, very messy. Out of the 9, I don't think I ever used more than 4. So now this is very clean, clear, less confusing. It's easier to navigate. I know what those 3 options are going to be. No hassle, it's easy that way, right? Now this is one big update that I have, which is simple, which is easy to navigate. And then what else do you have? Logo has changed, as I told you. There are some cool, new ways to personalize your conversations. They have started emojis and nicknames and colors to it, which is good. Now that's why Facebook Messenger 4 has another way to personalize your conversations. So conversations have been personalized. I will come back to this video again. Keeps what you know and what you love, and there's a dark mode option which is available in Messenger. So much discussed about, but no traces of seeing that ever. But finally it's here. So you see the dark mode in Facebook Messenger. So I'll let me quickly play this video and leave it for you to just see what this is talking about. It's not a long video. It's about a minute long. So just enjoy. That's about it. The next thing which I wanted to show you was this, which means that you can go ahead and start posting text questions onto your Facebook Live in addition to the poll option that you already had, right? Now this was the other one that I wanted to show you, and what else? Now this is the exciting stuff that I was talking to you about, which is add music to your Facebook stories. Now if you look at this, I'm just going to play another video in the next couple of seconds, but before that let me highlight the 3 music updates that Facebook has launched. First one, you can add music to your Facebook stories, make them as musical as possible. The second thing is you can pin music to your profile. Now on your Facebook profile, if you see the second image on the screen, now there's a tab called music. You can pin certain tracks or certain albums onto your profile. Now the third option is there is a lip sync feature which Facebook has introduced, which means go ahead and start looking at all the popular tracks. There are some popular tracks which Facebook has already allowed lip sync broadcast for. Now, being the great performer you are, you just have to do a live broadcast and start singing, trying to do a lip sync to all these famous tracks which are already there. The next set of features that you see are the ones that I personally found in some of my ad creation process when I was doing it for my clients. The first thing that I noticed that Facebook has merged the demographic and categories and suggestions options into one. Now demographics, interests and behaviors are merged into one. So you can all find them at one place and start combining these options while you're creating ads. And this is a way you can target your advertisers when you're creating ad campaigns on Facebook. The second feature that I found is when you're creating a video campaign on Facebook, you have an option to create something called as an instant experience, which means there are certain templates that are available. Now when you select that, what happens is when people click on the ad or the video or when it is done, the video moves up and your website starts loading on the same page. That is instant experience if you ask me, right? Now you can do that and you can use certain templates. Along with that, you would have to upload a video if you want to do a video campaign with Facebook. Now there are two options. One is if you look at it, there's a browse library. You can simply select your video file and you can upload it, or you can paste the. Now let's say your video is posted on YouTube. Now you may not have this video handy with you at all times, right? So what you can simply give the YouTube URL, and Facebook will start downloading the video from that URL, or picking up that as a reference just to save time. Now that's something which is cool, I found. The next thing that I have, I think that's about it. Alright, so these are the options that I have about Facebook, and